ask me anything about modules.
Keep your questions brief. You're here. Welcome to the Vulgus Munitions Factory. You've made quite the impression at Kingston. So much so, I was tempted to recruit you for Colon. But then again, the enemy isn't exactly a pushover. However, now that we have the guide as a strategic asset, I'm sure the trajectory of this war will change drastically. Shall we get started? Based on the coordinates provided by the guide, the Ironheart excavation site is near the enemy's industrial zone. Unfortunately, the exact location needs to be confirmed in person. The coordinates are based on data from the time of the ancestors, and there's a high probability that the topography today will look a little different. I'll do recon around the industrial zone. While I'm doing that, your mission is to create a diversion to draw the enemy's eyes away from me. Even though I have active camouflage, things will be much easier if you can hold the enemy's attention. I'll tell Jeremy to stay behind and provide operational support. Jeremy seems to be unable to link with the guide, so he won't be much use in finding the excavation site. He'll be better deployed using his arcade teleportation abilities as support for your diversion operation. Let's get moving. We need to restore the guide system as soon as possible.
What, me? Support? Oh, for crying out loud. Get to the point. Guide, guide, guide. That's all everybody talks about these days. Since when did the higher-ups at Albion conduct operations based on the word of a spirit? Not to mention, excluding an excellent descendant like myself from this operation, everything's clearly going very well. Hey, you think it's funny I can't link with the guide? Alright then. Let's consider which descendants aren't able to link with the guide right now. Let's see. It's only me and Alpha, yes? Looks to me like the commander of Albion and the strongest descendant are the only ones who are still sane. If I were you, I'd think carefully about why you've been designated as a bait. And I'm going to do things my way. Don't even think about tagging along. Huh. Do you really think you can even attempt to follow me? With my arcane abilities?
You've been ambushed. Or did you let it
Volga's closing in. We confirmed it's a new Kuiper-enhanced variant.
Huh. It's built from the same material as the one we're after. Make a note in the operations log, number 17.
Confirmed. High-level Vulgus closing in. Request combat. All generators disabled. Mission relay terminated. communications deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. Multiple Vulgus are closing in on the transmitter. There is a high probability this is the result of the communications diversion. Continue to engage them and stall for time as long as possible. Our deception will be exposed if we lose the transmitter now. Protect the transmitter. High-level Vulgus closing in. Likely lured by our communications diversion. Mission request from Colon Special Forces Agent number 17. Objective, secure a Vulgus sample. We need a Vulgus sample to study the recent technological improvements to Legion of Immortality units. This mission is also part of the diversion tactic. Offensive mission. The feint is working. Deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. Battle protocol. Come on out. Closing in on the trend. There is a high probability that this is the result of the communications diversion. Continue to engage them and stall for time as long as possible. Our deception will be exposed if we lose the transmitter. Protect the transmitter. High-level Vulgus closing in. Likely to require communications diversion.
Out of my way!
communications deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. High-level Vulgus closing in. Likely lured by our communications. Descendant, our deception will be exposed if you lose the transmitter now. Protect the transmitter. Deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. Closing in on the transmitter. There is a high probability this is the result of the communications system. Continue to engage them and stall for time as long as possible. High-level Vulgus closing in. Likely lured by our communications suppression. Descendants, our deception will be exposed if we lose the transmitter. Deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. In on the transmitter. There's a high probability that this is the result of a communications explosion. Continue to engage them and solve for time as long as possible. Likely lured by our communications system. Communications deception transmitter at the Vulgus base is operational. Descendant, you need to protect the transmitter while it is operating. If the diversion works, we can detain a number of enemies here. Multiple Vulgus are closing in on the transmitter. There's a high probability that this is the result of communications. Continue to engage them and solve for time as long as possible. closing in. Likely lured by our communication signature. Descendant, our deception will be exposed if we lose the transmitter now. Protect the transmitter. Tactical target achieved. Mission accomplished, Descendant.
This is Sharon. I'm transmitting to all Allied forces deployed to this operation. We have an urgent development, requesting backup. Number 17 has received details. All units are to head to the mining outpost.
Please be as brief as possible. Descendant, we have an urgent report on Sharon. Her current position is near the Vulgus munitions factory. Thanks to her diversionary tactics, she was able to reach the target safely, but the Vulgus have appeared. This is the sitrep recorded by Sharon's Deceive.
Operating arcade tracking matrix. Type of retrofitted active camouflage detected. Probability of zone infiltration high. Ironheart excavation site status. Quarantine at the highest level of security. Terminate the descendant on site. Terminate. Terminate.
This cyborg Vulgus, Edelik, is a commando-level model specializing in defense missions. It's armed with arcade tracking functions. And it seems the Vulgus already know about the Ironheart excavation site. I was told that the Ancestors' data was tightly guarded at Kingston. If the Vulgus have gained access to it, however, then this rigorous level of security makes sense. For the moment, Sharon has requested an attack on the repository's core facility to lure the Vulgus commander. Once the Vulgus have vacated the factory, she intends to try and infiltrate it again. Descendant, you and Jeremy are to launch an attack on the repository.
Are you sure this guide can be trusted? Didn't you guys win at Kingston?
Focus on the mission, Jeremy.
Descendant, I am at a loss for words. The Ancestors' data that the Vulgus obtained in Kingston was formatted in such a way that it could not be fully viewed until all of the data packets were combined. The Vulgus managed to transmit around 90% of the data. Defeating their commander prevented them from transmitting the remaining 10%. But they were able to reconstruct the missing 10% themselves and read all of the data. How was that possible? I need to analyze this. Descendant, you need to continue your search for the Ironheart excavation site. If the Vulgus enter it first, they may destroy the entire site after they find what they want. We must hurry.
How pathetic. A full operation for such a minor target? Guess the Colon Special Forces aren't that special after all. I've sent you a more appropriate mark, so you can show me what you can really do with those highfalutin skills of yours. Get it together, come on!
Mission relay terminated. Descendant, this place is a Kuiper mine that has been taken over by the Vulgus. The Vulgus' Kuiper mining methods are extremely aggressive and lead to devastating contamination. The ores we seize from them are unusable, so they must be destroyed. That storage box contains the Kuiper collected by the enemy. Opening it will reveal the contaminated Kuiper. Kuiper disassembler operational. Please destroy as much of the Vulgus Kuiper as possible. Tactical aim achieved. Mission accomplished, Descendant. High-value target confirmed. Facility? Vulgus Kuiper Refinery. The Kuiper Refinery is a vital resource facility for Vulgus. However, it is heavily armored. Total destruction is unfeasible. Use the enemy's fuses to disable the generators. That will bring the refinery to a halt. Vulgus carrying fuse parts identified. Wait, our surveillance equipment is picking up enemy comm signals.
Arcade tracking matrix operational. Descendants detected in the area of the Kuiper Refinery. Guardian unit power. Highly suitable for facility defense combat. Deployment ready.
Damn. Looks like they're just sending one of their own units. I was hoping the command would show up.
You little... Get out of the way!
Application confirmed. One generator remaining. Descendant a high-level Vulgus is heading toward the refinery. It's likely to be called.
Descendant located. Activating quantum hyper force field. Immediate elimination of the Descendant. Protect the refinery.
Descendant, this is a dangerous Vulgus. It will be best to eliminate it. lost. I was hoping Ederlin would show up, but oh well. Thank you, Descendant.
This is Sharon. Nice work with the support. I've managed to shake off their tracking. I'm scouting for intel around the factory. I've relayed the coordinates of the temporary outpost, requesting all units to regroup at the designated location. Officially beginning infiltration operation.